Welcome back to the Random Friends Squad podcast, episode 2, the only podcast that's Setsunen friendly. And with me and everybody else is the Random Friends Squad. Mike, Jason, Bud, how you guys doing?
Good.
So you guys been up to this week? How'd you guys feel about last week's podcast? Coming fresh off of episode 1.
So good. I really loved it. I got a lot of good feedback, so I'm really excited. Shout out to everyone who cared to give me feedback because you guys are awesome. Yeah, no, I loved it. I think it went smooth. I listened to it myself, and I thought it was really easy to listen to, and I pretty much know it by heart. So quiz me.
I found myself answering, but I was there, so I was answering twice.
Well, that's good. If you could just answer twice as much when we're recording.
Do we need to talk? We need to talk.
No, not like that.
I do have some feedback though, guys. I do have some feedback.
Oh, we got a letter.
Awesome.
We just
There was
got
a
a
lot of
letter.
them to go through, so I only picked like 1 or 2 of the best ones. Some of them were just aesthetic feedback. It wasn't really about our banter. It was more about the visuals of it.
Shot to the
There was multiple requests for Mike to remove his beard and put it on the top of Bud's head.
Ooh.
That seemed to be the only
That's my
thing that
claim
really
to fame, man.
caught my attention.
His too.
I mean, it's not my claim to.
Otherwise, I think we did well. I got no Helen Keller flack.
That's good. That's good.
I love Helen Keller jokes. Think Helen Keller sure plays a mean pinball?
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, that was Aunt Frank.
Oh god. Well, we got it. Totally. Yeah.
What have you been up to, Jason?
Not much. Camped all weekend. It was pretty awesome. The only thing, like, I bought a bunch of new camping equipment, and I haven't actually camped yet with it since I moved out here. So I got a 2-person tent, not really thinking about, what a 2-person tent really has room for. 2 people, yeah. But so I got a queen-size air mattress. I kind of rolled it out. I'm like, okay, it's going to be the whole thing. When it was time to fill the air mattress up, it's a double high air mattress, and it's a dome tent. So the seams were all like bursting in the tent, and we had a little trouble zipping it up. We had to grab all the slack from all the way around and don't unzip past that part. And then, of course, Saturday night I was all drunk and I sat down in the tent and the whole thing came unzipped, and we were all like, shit. We spent like 10 minutes getting it rezipped, but it was great. We had a good time. My fiance hasn't camped since she was a kid, so it was kind of new to her. She had a really good time. When we were leaving, she's like, I don't want to go home. I wish we had another day. It was awesome. We did some hiking. We did some, we rode our bikes around, campfire fun.
Any wildlife?
Played Phase 10.
Yeah, we did. We played some cards in the afternoon. No wildlife, thankfully. I mean, we saw some squirrels and some bunnies and some chipmunks, but that was pretty much it.
Do they look like California animals? Like, are the squirrels like more luscious and full, like the plants and the greenery out there? And like, are they all well fed because everything's like luscious? I don't know.
So confused.
Well,
I really
from
don't know how to
California, I
answer
know
that.
they're not. I know they're not like plague-ridden squirrels or anything. So
No, but they
we don't
look
have
like
to
they're
worry
all on
about that here.
Obamacare for sure. Like, all the squirrels' tails are flat. They all look like they've been half run over, or they're on their way to like roadkill. So,
Wait,
They look
where you're
pretty
at or
much the
where we're at?
oh, where I'm at in California,
Okay.
Strug Row.
Oh god. At least
What
I
about-
mean,
What do you like? What do you eat there? What do you eat at camping?
man,
You can
I
only
gotta-
barbecue
I gotta-
so much.
I got a legit camping stove, like
Ooh.
with a grill and a griddle and a burner. So we were able to put a little teapot on there, make our coffee in the morning. I brought bacon, eggs, and pancakes, and I made a full-on breakfast the first morning. And then Sunday morning, I was very hungover from the previous night's drinking. So we had donuts, and she's like, let's make pancakes. And I'm like, no pancake, no eggs, no.
I totally get that. That's funny.
How much cheese did you consume on your trip? I know you love cheese. How much?
Oh,
Do it with
I
your
did,
hands.
the
How
sandwich.
much cheese did you eat?
I mean,
But
like
not enough. It's already not enough.
Slices probably like this. I could have had more for sure.
I'm disappointed, frankly.
I know. I was too. I only brought 2 packs of cheese, man. If
Oh,
I would have brought a block, I would have just been eating it like in the
Dude,
Random
that's
Friends
my
Squad
favorite.
video. It was just like.
At least that tastes like cheese. I mean, are you talking about those Kraft like unpacked
No,
things?
oh
no,
yeah,
no,
no, those. Yeah,
I get
no.
the I don't even know what brand it is. I don't think I can say here.
Cheese.
But
Deli
it's like
cheese.
the deli cheese, the deli slices, yeah, where they're all in a pack with the plastic in between them.
Perfect. He's a cheese connoisseur.
Uh.
We shouldn't doubt that.
Yeah.
Have
That's
you
true.
had
What about
didn't have any
dishes?
Buddha.
Was there like water there? Like, was there like a place to like get water, or do you have to bring a lot of water?
I bought I bought this like big 7-gallon jug that has like a spout on it.
Yeah.
So we just went to like the faucet, filled that up, and then we were able to wash dishes, wash our hands, everything like that. And I bought a bunch of camping dishes and silverware and things like that. So it was nice. I mean, this campground was pretty legit. They had showers. I had a shower beer while I was in the shower. There's no alcohol at this campground. Like no alcohol allowed at all. But you know, I just put it in a cozy, and then like the guy would come around in the golf cart, and I'm like, "Hey,
cozy.
It's a cola." I swear.
They used to have like these vinyl non-stick type things that said like instead of Pepsi, it said Popsy, and you could wrap it around your beer. So it looked exactly like a Pepsi and a 7-Up. I think it was like 7 Down or something like that.
7 Down.
Put it around your beer, and it looked like.
Before we were headed out there, I was looking at this thing. It was like some college kids did it, where you like cut a soda can, well, pop from the Midwest. You cut the can, and then it's just like a sleeve, and you just slip your beer in it. And then, but I was like, forget about it. I got the cozy. I'll just
put it in my stomach.
See, like if I
knew what it was.
I feel like I'm forgetting stuff half the time. Did you forget anything like that? You're like, crap, I should have thought of that. Or do you have like a checklist or what?
I did, and I didn't forget anything big, but I forgot paper towels.
Ooh, that's not huge, but I guess it's like
I mean, they had a little camp store, so we went down there and got that. There was something else I forgot, but I don't remember.
Was it like $7?
He's forgetting again.
No. Everything at the entire camp store was $2.
Oh, that's
it was
so
really
cool.
odd. Like everything was like $2. You want trash bags? Trash bags is the other thing I forgot. We bought trash bags.
Overpriced 99-cent store then.
Really yeah. But I mean, it was cool. They had fire. I brought 2 bundles of firewood from Jewel before I went out there. That firewood was like moldy, and it was supposed to be kiln dried, but it was all like moldy and like odd. So then I bought firewood from there, and it was all like, there's the ash beetle. Bud might know this because the ash beetle from Michigan, it like eats up the trees.
Yeah.
And it goes like when you chop up the wood. So I have a slice of wood, and I can see like a maze that this beetle like spent his life going through.
And you ruined it.
And their
emerald
excrement,
ash borer.
yeah, their excrement actually like ruins the trees, like makes the wood like brittle, and so I was able to like literally like rip apart these logs like with my hands, like it's crazy. Like,
did you do like a Hulk thing?
I tried
a phone book or some shit almost.
It was cool. I mean, we ended up spending a ton of money on firewood just because all the wood was either too wet and so it was just like smoldering, or was that dry beetle wood that was just going up like super quick. So spent a lot of money on firewood and struggled with the fire because there was no wind at all, but it was fun. I had a good time, and Sandy had a great time, so that's what matters.
That's perfect.
We're looking to go again soon. I wish you guys could all come with us and we could podcast from out there, but you know.
Right.
I mean, if you just turn on the Wi-Fi out there, we could see these guys.
I've always gone camping with like a big group of people. Like I was just you and your fiance. So, like, was that different than a big group?
I'd be scared. I don't want to be top dog.
Yeah. I mean, usually, like, my friends are, like, really good at camping, so I'm like, I'll do whatever you guys say.
I do. Like, yeah, that's how I work.
Are we getting into an apocalypse topic right now?
It made me feel manly. I was like, I spent the whole day because I had trouble with the fire on Friday. So Saturday I chopped up a bunch of kindling, so I had it all ready to go, and the fire was gonna go. So I was out there just chopping. Oh man, my shoulder's still sore. I was out there just
chopping arm.
Yeah.
Is that how you did it? You just want to act like that?
He's chopping.
Dang, you're dangerous.
Yeah, no, it was good. I mean, I busted my shin up pretty good, but other than that, it was good.
What menacing stuff did you get into? Like any fireworks or any shoot 'em up things, or did you like hit stuff with
calm,
sticks?
Man. It was just relaxing.
It was all peaceful with your thoughts.
Everybody that was in the campgrounds around us was in campers. We were the only people in tents. Like further in the loop, you know, there was other people with tents. There was some hoodlums that were camping up the way and some white trash the other way, and they're like blaring rap music out of their trunk, and I'm like, I would be pissed if we would have camped next to those people.
You were those people
I was gonna say,
a handful of years ago.
Us, dude. That was us 5 years
ago.
ago.
I know, but when you're at a campground and when you're in the middle of the desert, that's completely different.
True.
Completely different. There was nobody around us. It was our 50 people and nobody else.
Agreed, yeah. And the guy didn't say anything to them? Like the guy in the little scooter?
No, not. I mean, the quiet time's like from 10 to 7 a.m., so I'm not sure what happened after that, but I would have been livid because I was enjoying the naturey sounds, and I had some reggae and some chill music. We put some emo on for Sandy.
Yeah.
We listened to some Jax. We listened to some Frey.
Where the trees both cry together.
Damn, dude.
I was happy. We had a really good time.
It wasn't too far away from your house?
No, man, it was like 45 minutes. We shot up there pretty quick and got back pretty quick. I got a little lost coming back, but
Did you go north?
made it home.
South?
West.
Did you go that way?
Always have to-
That way.
Which way? I'm facing south.
I'm facing north.
I'm in California.
We went
I'm in a
west.
closet.
Mike, come out of the closet, please.
My arm went out.
Can someone help Jack off the horse?
Oh, whoa. Wordplay.
Jack
Right.
is the guy on the horse. Come on, what? Sorry.
I think I'm going to go camping in a few weeks. I'm probably pretty sure my story is going to be completely opposite of yours. Last time I went camping, it was just so miserable.
What?
It's all what you make of it, and I'm surprised Sandy, she's scared of woodland creatures. The first night she's like, I'm gonna try to sleep without my headphones, and then like halfway through the night she had to put them in because she heard something and was awake. I woke up the first night and I was like, oh man, I don't want the sleeping bag. It's hot, whatever. I've been sitting around the campfire. I woke up at like 3 a.m, like frozen. Like my knees hurt when I got up because I was in such a tight ball.
Yeah, that's always my problem.
Second night, it was like sleeping bag for sure. I got these legit sleeping bags that have like a spot for your iPod in it.
Ooh.
At least your
Because
iPod was
apparently-
warm.
I thought it was like
Apparently that's what-
a spot for your eyes, so you pull it up and all you're just like this.
the mummy.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
cold weather ones.
Dude, oh
And
my
then you
god.
just
Tasty
combat
ones.
that
Those
with
are
that one
insane.
thing called the snork. Like you put it over your head, and it's just like your arms in the head. And you just do your phone thing where you're like,
What?
I think
You ever seen that?
Snorkel. It's like,
Yeah,
it's like-
dude, snorkel. I
Hot
just
breath
snorkeled.
Just
I think they had that in that movie Ski School. I think they were in one of the
skeet school.
ski school. Well, so while you were camping, I was at a concert down in Los Angeles, and it was pretty cool. It was interesting. It was like some form of Bob Marley or his kids. I called them the Marley Five, kind of like the Jacksons Five. Like there was a Tito, and there was a Jermaine and a Janet, literally up there, and they played all the like Rastafarian songs. Their bass drum was this big like lion head that like the likes of a cross between like King Midas touched it and the 99-cent store. It was like couldn't tell if it was legit or not and stuff. And they sung all the songs and people smoked all the smokables in the audience, and it was pretty neat. They're kind of like they're really keeping that family business going. Like they're really keeping it going. They had everybody on stage. They were all Irie. I don't know, but
Them Marleys will never quit, bro.
well, it was cool. It was good. Like the songs that you hear on the stereo and stuff and stuff were played there. And I was like, do they own the copyright to that music? And then we're like, we're the Marleys. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like that's good enough for me. Checks out.
Yeah, you're getting it from Marley's blood, right? Are they actually related?
They
Yeah,
are.
all
It's
the
like
kids.
his
It's all the kids and the
then his kids'
grandkids and their
kids.
kids.
But see, now I have questions. Like, if I go online, will I see the Marleys also playing in other locations on the same day? Like, are they splitting up? Is it like a Reno brother
Making
thing with
double
all
money.
showing together?
There's Stephen Marley, Damian Marley. There's like a few
Marlon,
different of his
Keenan
kids.
Marley. Oh, those are the Wayne's.
but now all their kids. I was actually reading an article the other day. Like all their kids are now getting into music, and it's not necessarily
never
reggae.
ending.
I mean, it's reggae influence, but it's more like rap and like the electronic stuff that rap has turned into. So like it's that mixed with reggae, and it's just everything together. A whole new generation.
Yeah, it's good for that. It was happy. There was this kid on stage, must have been 5-6-year-old, and the whole hour and a half just waving that flag and dancing his dances, and man, he had some rhythm. It was really neat. So my whole reason for going there is because NoFX was playing, and I love NoFX. I've loved him forever and ever and ever and ever, and I finally got to see Fat Mike, and boy did he deliver. As soon as I saw that it was
still
Rastafarian Day and Fat Mike was showing up,
Is he fat?
Um,
I was like, oh shit, he's gonna be pissed off about this. And sure enough, he was very unamused that he was at some like reggae-ish festival thing. So he had about a 40-minute set, and it was pretty cool. And man, they look haggard. They just looked so haggard. Just so.
I haven't heard
When
that
I-
term in a
when I
long
s-
time.
When I saw the lineup, I wanted to go to the show. I was actually talking to my sister about flying home and going because it was a slightly stupid show. And then they were supposed to have Cypress Hill on the bill, Damian Marley, and so I was like, oh, that's legit. And then at the last minute, they threw No Effects, and you guys were like, oh, we're going to a No Effects show. And I'm like, is that the? They don't.
Yeah,
go
where
together.
was my heads up for that? Because up until I got there, okay, so we're at a friend's house. I had something to drink. We're going to the No Effects show. Got my hands up in the air. That was the end of it. Flash forward 3 months, time to go to the show. I get there and it's all like, oh, the Verizon Amphitheater presents Slightly Stupid, and I'm kind of like, oh, well, maybe that's like another punk band. And then like I saw the burnouts that were there. There was like there was a handful of us that had mohawks, and then we're just kind of little confused. And so it was very weird. They were very out of place.
It pays to do your research.
Those other bands just have no energy. I mean, Fishbone was. I mean, they just have no energy. It's cool to see them.
Ska.
No energy. The thing that had the most energy, the whole place was the fire on the mountain. It's like it's an amphitheater, so there's seats, and then behind us there's grass seating with. I mean, it's just insane degree of like grass banking, and they were up there pitting with their fire going on in the middle, and they kept that fire going for hours.
They always light that Irvine Amphitheater on fire.
They had to go in
The
between
only
shows.
time I've never seen it on fire was when I saw
Blink.
Incubus there, and when we saw Blink there.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's the only. Every other show I've ever been to, they burn that place down.
Oh,
Which-
yeah, it
which
was
reminds
on fire
me-
the whole time.
If Dan was in Irvine, why didn't I see him? Is the real question.
You didn't buy tickets to the not know.
I'm so close to Irvine. I mean, what does a ticket matter?
I don't know. I
Exactly.
don't know.
Exactly.
Could have got a burger at Five Guys.
We
I
could have
went
had
there.
a dinner date.
I know we could have.
There you go.
They were
We
selling.
could have met up and talked about new things to do cinematically.
They
On
had
our
a-
cinematic
Or slap each
voyage.
other across the table.
I would have bought you a $50 beer.
We could have made a quick vine
15
and called it a
calls.
day.
Quick line.
Or a viddy. Sorry, a viddy.
So slightly.
I'm gonna go to this
stupid.
concert, but first let me take a selfie. Come here, Mike.
Everybody, it's so funny to sit back and watch everybody with their selfies, and they
Oh
were
my
bad
God.
selfies too. I'm like, dude, you're shooting into the sun. It's gonna be a silhouette. Like, I don't know what kind of
Yeah.
like Slender Man selfie you're trying to take.
I
So I'm
wanted to take this weekend. I went to one of the county fairs because we have two of them. Because we're like right on the border of two counties, so we have the two county fairs. I wanted to get a selfie with a goat in the petting zoo, but they didn't have the animals there yet.
This one's not selfie ready. Sorry.
All I wanted to do was take a selfie with a goat.
Where was the animals? Why weren't they ready for the fair? Which I'm sure one of those
soon.
said
It was
goats
only
was
because
on the
it started,
flyer.
it started
of
the night
event.
before,
They weren't milked yet.
and they were going to be there until this week.
They were so horny.
They were just coming
Yeah,
off
how the
fresh
hell got
fresh off their Japan tour, so they're jet lagged. So
yeah.
I haven't got the herd in yet.
wait
Yeah,
till
right.
Friday.
Selfie
They're
with
not
a
hungry
goat.
enough to be fed by random people.
But my concert was
That's
fun.
smart.
The Slightly Stupid band's reggae-ish, but they kind of were a little bit cleaner than the Bob Marley 5, and everybody was just lighting it up. I've never seen so many people smoking the herbicals. I mean, oh my gosh, every single person there was, and I'm like, whoa, like just copious amounts, and it's all cloudy, and it's outside, and I didn't know you could hotbox the outside, but they sure did. But it was fun. It was fun. It was far away though. Irvine's like 2 hours.
I heard that concert described in the term of there was entirely too much pot smoke going on there, which is a term that I've never heard before.
I didn't
Dude,
think
I
it
was
was
quite
possible.
surprised.
With all
I
those
didn't
people on
think-
the docket, I mean, how do you not?
Yeah,
True
it started out
story.
smelling
True
good,
story.
but by the end it just smelled like bad blood.
Told you it's coming.
Oh man.
Mike, are you left-handed?
Nope.
Any of you guys, Bud, left-handed? No.
My grandma is.
Sometimes I
So,
try it with my left. No, there.
do you know there's left-handed
just-
pens?
What?
Today I was standing in line at the post office, and I usually mind my own business. Like I'm standing there, like holding up a bunch of mail, trying to like take a bunch of mail, and like everybody's always just angry at the post office anyway. The post office is just like full of angry people. It's kind of like a supermarket line, but more judgy. And so I'm standing there, and the girl's like, "Oh, give me back my left-handed pen." And I turned around like I had a monocle on, and I'm like, "Excuse me, can you please explain this left-handed pen? Because I'm confused." And I was doing this like stupid air movement because you know how sometimes you just don't like,
Yeah.
how did I just do that with my hand? And I'm like doing this because this is like the, I don't know, sign language equivalent of pen. So she turns this pen, and it's like let me see if I could do it. Like if this is the tip of the pen where you write with, the pen was kind of like, it was like curved. So like when she grabs it, she says it's not like, she's not like, and she did some like.
She doesn't have to curve her hand around.
She did some like crip move.
But
She was like,
I mean,
like,
you're gonna.
I don't know. She can't see what she's writing.
Okay.
I guess.
This is how I feel about it. You're gonna write the same no matter which hand you're is.
That's
the only thing that a left-handed pen could do is if it had like an extra thing with like a wheel right here that rolled over so you didn't drag it across the paper.
It was jarred out a little bit more. So she said she could see when she wrote.
Oh yeah, because I know somebody.
Because
okay.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah.
I made sure I purged all my left-handed friends. After that Leftorium episode, I was over it.
That's weird. I didn't know it was that big of an epidemic that they had to make
Did
a
you
pen
know
for it.
that this is a left-handed pencil?
Dude, they have all kinds of stripes.
Oh, because when you started with that, I was gonna say like that's a
My
marketing.
left-handed lighter.
Ooh,
Don't forget my left-handed Post-it notes.
left-handed cup.
Those are a commodity, dude. You should hold on to those.
Dude, this is like, this is currency in an office. I'll tell you what.
Yeah. So I don't know. I didn't get it. It kind of looked like a whiteout pen. It was kind of fat at the end, but it curved around, and she was all about it. Like, she let me look at it, but she wouldn't let me like hold it or anything. I take it for a spin. She's like, no.
This Mohawk boy is gonna steal my pen right now.
Right.
Check out this motherfucker.
Yeah, my left-handed screwdriver.
Looks just like your right-handed one. Just mirror your video.
Wait,
on,
so
let me
you
get my right-handed-
use
my
so you use
right-handed
the
one.
pen?
No, she would not. Well, there was nothing for me to use it on unless like I was gonna draw myself. But
Well, how did
like,
you just picked it up? Why did you end up with it?
She let me look at it. She would not let me touch
Oh,
it.
she was telling somebody else.
Oh, I'm
to
sorry.
give
Yeah,
me
she was
that.
having a conversation with someone else about her
Oh.
left-handed pen, and
Oh.
I like interrupted. Remember with my monocle on, like, excuse
Yeah.
me, Mrs. And so yeah, I just thought it was neat. That was earlier today.
That's really cool. I feel like everyone's so like, I mean, at least I am like, I buy pens and they're like socks in the dryer. Like they just don't come back. Whether I like put them somewhere or I just forget them or I have them in my pocket and they end up in my room and I never touch it again or like ends up in a drawer. It's just like, if I feel like if I had a left-handed pen and I was left-handed, I'd like have to like tape it to my like face to like remember it.
Or your
everywhere
left
I went.
hand.
Put it on a
Yeah,
chain,
tape
one
it
of
to my
those bank
left
chains around your neck.
Exactly, yeah, like they're fucking sunglasses, and I'm just like, hold on, let me write this down.
That's how it was when I worked at NASA. Everybody would just take your pen to the point where the ones that lasted the longest were these creepy ones you'd wear around your neck. They'd like click off and write.
That's funny.
Yeah. So
I get crazy. They stopped letting us order these special. Well, these just regular pens, Z-Grit pens at my work,
Ooh, I like them.
and so there's still a few floating around. And when I see people with them, I'm like, "Those are my pens! Give me my pen!" Like,
Dude, that happens
You gotta
in my
put your
lab
name-
all the
it's
time.
crazy.
you gotta put your name on them, like the name flags. Remember being in school,
Serious.
you cut your little triangle, put your name on it, and
Everyone
put it up there
knows-
like that flag from Mario before he jumps on it. Like it's just it's a little flag on the top of your pen. Like
Everyone
yeah.
knows the good pens, and yeah, it's like, yeah, it's a hot commodity, definitely. You're like, ooh, mine, and then someone goes, you stole it, and you're like, Jacques. No.
Dude, I'm sure people just ask to borrow your pen and they take it and they don't return it, especially at the bank.
Oh
You
yeah.
get it back. The
I
end
don't
was all
know. I'm
chewed
like,
up.
there's one on the chain right there. This is my pen. This is mine.
But you take it, you're gonna have a 30-cent charge on your bill next month. It's just
Right?
thick.
Sorry, I can't get rid of your overdraft fee. You have my pen.
It's true. You have no idea how much they steal your pens at the bank. Like it's ridiculous.
Oh, I
Like
bet.
I do all the ordering, and I have to order pens like once a month. Like 12 boxes of pens because in the
Wow.
drive-thru, oh, can I have a pen? Whoop. And then I watch them just put it in their center console. And I'm like, what are you doing? That's not yours.
Do you guys have those cool air tubes in the drive-in where I put my deposit in the tube and it goes suck it up?
What?
You guys
Those are
have
so
those?
cool.
Those are so
Have you
awesome.
like done anything with them?
I put your money in it and send it out to
Have you ever
I've
fucked
heard-
around
Those are-
with it?
those
I
are
mean, nothing.
expensive
You
to
probably shouldn't
fix.
talk about this.
I mean, no, there's not really anything.
You've never
fun
had
to
an
do.
inkling to like put your like junk in it or something?
I would try to send myself through it.
I think
First day
that's
of work.
scary.
You're thinking of Tommy Boy physics. Those mail tubes would sucking his shirt off.
Yeah, no, not like that. The little door pivots open, bloonk, and then there's a tube, and you got to put the tube in and close it. If the tube's not in it, nothing's go. I tried to like put a pen in there one time, and it just said.
Like a vacuum. It's just like, no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not strong
You know
enough.
what? There's a term for those things. Oh, and
Suck it?
the radio show I listened to they were just talking about it the other week. What are those? Do you know what they're called offhand?
The tubes, the vacuum tube things.
Vacuum tubes.
You should have. Do you have like? Are they clear? Do you have like a little driver? Like I would glue like a little guy into the side so it looked like it was like shooting down and like delivered it.
You know what I tried to do because to combat the stealing of the pens, I opened the tube and you know those little chain pens that you stick and then.
Oh yeah.
I put a chain pen in there.
In the tube.
In the tube, so that people would stop stealing the pens, but then they just unhooked them, and then it would just be a chain.
I'd chase her out the
Wait,
booth.
the pens on those chains are always horrible. Like, why would anyone want those anyway?
Yeah.
Those all suck always.
Dude, people steal the tubes. Like people drive off with the tube, and you're like, wait, where's the blue tube? Oh man, I gotta order.
I did that
Those
once
things are
on
like
accident.
$100. I'm not even joking. Like I had to wait until our next time that I could order again. Like, cause like, oh no, that's too much for this month's order. And you gotta wait till next month so
my
we can
God.
order that tube.
They're made out
Like,
of time capsule
nuts.
technology. They're expensive, man. They're expensive. Oh, that's too bad.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to
friend.
look
Hang
up
on.
this real name of what these things are called because it was hilarious what they're called.
I could even imagine they're just tube
Sorry.
movers.
Cat was trying to be on the podcast there for a minute.
You should.
The internet loves cats. Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
right. Yeah, I can now I can put cat in the hashtag.
Yeah.
And we can up our viewership by like 3%.
And in the description, we can put like at 2731 cat, and people just like click the annotation.
Yeah, we can,
All you see is my camera wiggling. Cat's rubbing against the back of my
they'll
laptop.
still get 5 comments to say, "Aw."
Well, I think we've talked about cats for about 30 seconds now, so we could definitely tag it.
Oh,
And then
sure.
people will be like, "There's no cats. What the hell?" And then
there was no
rage quit.
cat. I listened to an hour of podcast and there was no freaking cat.
How dare they?
I hate cats.
I bet cats are coming one day.
So, Mike, what non-bad words do you dislike? Because the other day, these people kept on talking about the word moist, and I really hate the word moist. Like it doesn't. There's no good word. There's no good reason to use the word moist ever. And I know it's like
Cupcakes.
cakes, maybe cakes, but you know what? Cake's not even that good. Pie is better
Oh
than
man,
cake.
this cake is so moist.
Yeah, I would rather just not. I would rather
I just saw the
describe it
sheer
as
look
like,
of hate in your eyes.
Cake.
He's like,
That blink, you're just like,
me?
oh,
Who me?
yeah.
Oh,
It was-
it's natural. I just don't get. I like. You don't have to describe it as moist. It's cake. It's given. It's supposed to be that way. But there's just no good
Cake's
term.
not
Like
always
nothing.
moist.
Good
But what
comes
if it's
from
not
Sometimes
moist?
cake's
Yeah.
dry.
So if it's moist, it's a compliment.
It's
Oh
either
no, then it's
dry
cake.
or
If it's dry,
non-dry.
it's like this
Yeah.
is some dry cake. But you don't have to
This
say
is
it's moist
cake
cake.
or
'cause
dry
it's supposed to be
cake?
moist. It's cake or
Moist.
dry cake.
Moist.
But don't use the word moist. Do you know any other word that? Do you know any use of moist that's positive at all? Like, a moist towelette. Yeah, well, I'm sure you're doing
Maybe.
something unpleasant with that
One or two.
towelette.
I
You
mean,
know,
if you're
it's-
making like a female moist or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you know. My fiance actually hates that word too.
I've never heard of it.
The two
like
her
that.
two hatred words are moist.
Can I guess
and
the other one? Oh, damn it.
Panties is the other one.
Panties? That's interesting.
Panties. She hates it.
I was
I
gonna
do
say-
too. I've
I'm like,
never
"What's
been able to use
panties?"
that word without thinking
Lace
of a child
panties?
putting on underwear. Like it's not like an adult word to me. So I would
Kids
never like.
don't put on panties. I think underwear is kids.
they
Like
call it-
panties is
no,
like
see,
women's panties.
Then I'm even more confused because I don't know. Then when do you use it? Like when people are older. Why would you call it? I don't like that word either. I'm with
Yeah.
Sandy.
Girls got some lace
I
panties.
agree.
I'm now
Top of
making
the
a word
bedroom?
list.
But what else? You call them undies, underwear? Like,
Chonies.
I think panties are like, they're like for like young kids, but they're also like supposed to be sexy. Like for when you're past that age sometimes.
I've always just known as.
I don't know where this young kid panties
Um,
association.
Where are
I
your
think maybe my-
panties?
I
Where your
think maybe
panties
my
at?
family would mention to it, or they would like refer
There's
to it
always-
as that.
My mom always called it chonies. Put your
Chonies,
chonies out.
yeah.
Get your
Yeah,
chonies
I-
out
I-
of
But you're
here.
not a
my
female.
family members just refer to it as that. I don't know. I've never had to use the word, so like
Yeah.
that it feels odd to say that. It's a mouthful, first of all, and it just doesn't describe what I'm talking
I've
about.
never thought about that. That's funny. I think my word I don't like, it's like the slang word that my brother's been saying lately as kind of a joke, but like he says it enough that it comes up in regular conversation now and it's horrible, is the word it's trill, like true and real, but it says trill, like pronounced like true and chill, but he says it like to piss me off because I'm like, it's a fucking stupid word, stop saying it. And so trill, so whenever someone says trill, I'm just like,
Can we get one, Jason? Can we get a trill story?
Me?
Yeah, can we go for a trill story?
True story. That's all I
Yeah,
Four strangers.
never again.
you should just trill story it from now on.
Just piss me off.
You know which one I hate though that Mike uses all the time?
YOLO?
Is YOLO.
YOLO.
Hate YOLO. It's retarded.
Product of his generation.
It's like
Yeah.
I know, but it's like for all the kids that are too stupid to understand carpe diem, like
Yeah, true.
Oh, come
YOLO,
on.
bro, YOLO.
True.
They don't even teach people other languages. They're never gonna figure that out. I mean, look, we had bad words too, like the bomb. Like everything was the bomm for a while when I was younger. My mom and dad were
bomb.com.
like, "What are you talking about?" They still have like D-Day flashbacks or something. I'm not sure. They're in their 70s, but you know, they were
man.
just like, "It's the bomb." It's like, is that good? Is it bad?
Yeah.
When things suck, oh, that sucks. They're like, that sucks.
It's a
And people are like,
vacuum.
"Oh,
It does suck.
that was like nothing ever sucks in vacuums. I'm like, shut up. But yeah, the bomb was a big one. So
I remember Dan used to get mad because I used to always say, "Not the business, not the business."
Dude.
Oh man, that's not the business right there,
Dude, I only heard that from you, and like sometimes I'll say it because you say it so much, and then I'm like saying that, and everyone else around me like just doesn't even phase them. But I'm like, that's not the business, and they're just like,
Dan bought notthebusiness.com to piss me off and was gonna make it a Jason hate site.
Dude, I did. Jason's like, this is gonna be like the next word, man. It's gonna be like, no, we haven't seen a word as big as this since Froyo. And like, I'm like, all right, fine. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and buy notthebusiness.com. This was like really almost 10 years ago. So I bought notthebusiness.com and I tried to sell it on eBay. Remember that? I tried to sell it on eBay forever. But I bought it. Never. I don't think I really hosted. I think I put like future home of the hit word, not the business. But I had it for a whole year before I tried to sell it. But it caught
so
on.
funny.
I mean, it was a product of our town. We lived in a you know, well, Dan still lives there. I lived in, you know, it was like a hoodlum town, and I always heard the hoodlums saying it, and it just caught on. Oh man, that's not the business right
I used to
there.
say that it's not quite as big as Did I Do That from Family Matters, but it ranks up there with it. It
Which
was
turned 25 this year, by the way.
wow.
yikes.
I see. I'm saying just to talk about YOLO for a second. I don't say it like the fucking girls like at a nightclub. YOLO, whatever. I say it like nonchalantly about stupid little fucking things like drinking this tea, threw some Malibu in it. YOLO. But I don't even say it like that. I'm just like, just drinking this tea, YOLO.
Dude, you YOLO for everything. Just before the podcast
But it's stupid.
started,
But
you
I'm saying
"I
I don't
let
say
my cat
like,
out YOLO
swag.
when you left.
No, see, like I'm saying, I don't do it about like fucking like I don't know, whatever. Maybe I'm guilty. Whatever. I don't care. It's just a
Why
habit
don't
now.
you should just YOLO it out right now, and then
I
it'll
don't.
give us.
I don't
Save them
believe.
all.
I don't believe YOLO. Like, I mean, I do believe you only live once, but
Who started that word? It's a Latina,
Drake.
right? Like,
It was
like some
Drake.
Latina was like YOLO, and she had like the nails and like.
What he was really trying to say was cholo.
Cholo.
See, my favorite YOLO thing is like, it was this little meme, and it was like, always wear your seatbelt, YOLO.
So white.
They start using it as a PSA because they took something.
What's your
a black guy
least
made up.
favorite
I know you gotta
Oh,
have bud.
bad word, bud?
I know you gotta have a handful of them.
No, it's
Really?
certain bad words. It's bad words. There's certain ones that really just
Like, cunt.
But the
Do you not
regular.
like the C
actually
word?
no. There is one non-bad word, but it's a derogatory bad word. Starts with F, ends in G. It's 3 letters.
Yeah,
I absolutely hate that word.
yeah, I heard that.
Okay.
I won't say it. I don't like hearing it. Or, you know, when you add the GOT at the end, I hate that because, I mean,
Look close to home.
yeah, I actually got kicked. I got kicked off a job because a guy who looked like me said that to someone who was gay, and I got kicked out of the job for it.
Oh, that's whack.
So,
That sucks.
I mean,
Was it a
Mike's
good
still in
job?
the closet.
yeah, I would have been
F
there
that.
for at least 4 more months.
Oh
The
god.
last time I called him the night before to color coordinate.
I'm not even, not even going to say the name of the place, but it was one of the department stores in Chicago when we were demoing.
What about words you can say? Like, what?
There aren't any. I've replaced pretty much most of my bad words with like biscuits or dang it.
Yeah, what are your guys' favorite things to say instead of cuss words?
Dang it.
Dang it.
I don't have
Like you
kids
go,
yet because-
Jesus criminy or some shit.
Criminal.
cheese and rice.
Cheese
instead
and
of
rice, there you go.
Nope. It's
Jason
That's
just
really the only one that I use. I don't have kids yet, so I don't have
Yeah,
to
true,
do that yet.
true.
But I have a lot of nephews here, and I really need to start with that because I'm really bad at that.
I just go for it. I usually don't I don't have to swear unless I consciously put it into my speaking to like flair, for flair.
Mm-hmm.
So I usually don't really go.
Yeah,
Those are
like,
sentence
just
enhancers.
Be cool.
yeah, kind of like I just try to throw it in. It depends,
That was a SpongeBob thing for anybody watching. Dan might have gotten it. Mike may have gotten
Oh,
it.
I didn't hear what you said, but I probably would
They're
have.
sentence enhancers.
Oh yeah,
It was
perfect.
the Sailor Mouth episode. It's my favorite SpongeBob episode. Uh-oh.
That's a
that
good one.
guy is. I can't do more SpongeBob. That's like the Barney equivalent of like
What?
1990s. Just
SpongeBob's
like it's
amazing.
burned out. Dude, I know,
I
but
could
like,
go on SpongeBob quotes for like hours.
yeah, well, I
Oh,
could
yeah.
probably write a whole SpongeBob episode from like memory because there was only one disc out 10 years ago,
Dude,
and
when I-
that one disc that was out only had 6 episodes on it, and I can't sit there and listen to SpongeBob split his pants anymore. Like,
I think when it came out, I think it was like what 1999 or 2000, and I was like what 10, 11, and like my mom would always buy me like the SpongeBob boxers. So like I was obsessed with these SpongeBob boxers because I got like a whole collection of them, and I felt like this cool fucking guy with my SpongeBob boxers. But
was
like
it the ones with little SpongeBobs on it, or the big yellow cheese wedge?
They
looking
were like- they
thing
weren't
that
even
is
like-
dork as your nose. And
no, they were all
Yeah,
different. I had
that's
like ones
exactly
that
the ones I have.
just
You-
like stupid like little ones. Like I mean, they all have like different like sayings on them or like different just like scenes, and it like you'd have like bikini bottom on my ass. And it was like.
Remember when he got that STD and he had the suds? And he was all sick for like a month and he had the suds and he was all like, he needed a shot.
Or
Hans.
when he caught the ugly.
Yes.
I love that.
The best
shit.
is when that, what was his dog's name?
Gary.
Snail.
Gary had his
Gary.
rave party. That was trippy. All those jellyfish. I was like,
I
oh,
didn't see
that's
that one.
Oh no! The jellyfish one was when SpongeBob caught a jellyfish and it wouldn't leave.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
kept
that's
wanting to
right.
play
That's the one, yeah.
music.
yeah.
Sorry,
That was those were crazy. Otherwise, like I was just
But
like,
you're. Well, I guess you have kids. Okay, I was like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
two are
Hold on.
older than me, and I
Hold on.
don't know SpongeBob anything. Mike, you're.
I don't
He said
even
it
think
came
you
out
were
when I was
18.
10.
You were
SpongeBob
still
came out in 90,
much-
98,
I think it was
99,
99,
97, right around there.
Yeah.
My kids are only 10. You put that in perspective. I was watching SpongeBob for a little longer than they've been around.
You were still watching Doug, Jason.
I love Doug. Dude.
Hey, I trimmed it up, bro. I
Let's
trimmed
talk
it up.
about
You can't call me
90s
Doug this
cartoons.
week.
God, I swear, I'll go on for days.
Oh yeah.
They're amazing. That's the end. No more days.
Blue's Clues, man. It was all about Blue's Clues back in
Blues,
the day.
Clues, Blues,
Again, I was too old to be watching Blue's Clues, but I was watching it.
So you never got to find the third paw print?
Oh, I found the plot.
Because that's the third clue. Sorry.
I put it in a notebook because they're
'Cause-
Blue's Clues.
Blues Clues! Sorry. Too excited.
I have the notebook.
Steve would be all happy because his
I used
grinder
to-
app paid off.
I used to.
He's like, look, blew a clue. Left swipe, left swipe, left swipe, left swipe. Oh no, right swipe. He's like, that's what was going on in there.
Oh,
That's what
I used to have a little Blue's Clues backpack that I would like wear to raves, and I
Oh
would
my
always get
God.
compliments on it. Oh my god, is that blue? Oh, I love Blue's Clues.
Is that like My Little Pony is the equivalent to that now or something?
Hey,
That's
bro.
one thing I can't.
Bronies?
I was a
Yeah.
loony.
Okay, yeah, that's a non-bad
Bloonie.
word that I dislike.
Brony.
Brony?
Yeah.
I agree. I'll second that.
Why is that? What is there a little? Is that one too close to home too?
No, I
Oh.
just don't like that word. I just don't like. I don't get it.
I dabble.
Maybe,
I
maybe,
try
yeah.
to check it out. It's
You know what my favorite kind of words are when people work the word bro into them. Like Jason has like a whole list of them in his head, I swear. Because I'm always like, dude, that was a good one. That was a good one. So like bro
Did you
Chacho
come
or,
up with-
or
did
bro
you come up with
Montana.
Bromo.
Bro.
promo.
Promo.
I saw that the other day.
That's basically bromance.
Promo.
Yeah, in a sense,
Oh.
but they were, yeah.
It
it was
took a
just
second
weird.
to get there.
I saw the guys walking out of Target. I'm just like, out of my mouth. I'm like, oh, they're bromos.
You're such a bromo, bro.
See, mine aren't like negative.
Sorry, I had a
Mine are just,
bromo
like,
moment the
awesome
other day.
ones. That's
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we
No, it's just met up with some friends for breakfast because they were doing like this whole bender weekend for the one guy because he's getting married soon, and I saw everybody and I just hugged everybody in the middle of the parking lot. So yeah,
It's a greeting.
Yeah.
It's a greeting. It doesn't mean you have a
It just means-
bromance. Another
was-
word I
Means you're
hate.
comfortable.
there
You
was
don't like
there was a little butt rubbing going on there.
Why don't you
No,
like
you know.
bromance?
Hey.
It's unnecessary.
Why is it unnecessary?
Let's
What?
show of hands. Do you like the word bromance? Put your hands up if you like the word bromance.
Thank you.
Well, that's because
I
you
think it's
two
because
were
we
like
have
in
a
one.
romance.
Yeah, it's true.
In fact, you should go ahead and put Jason right there next to you, Mike, on the
Oh, okay.
podcast, so you
Yep.
guys can.
No problem.
Oh, did I just move up?
All
And
right.
then we could just turn
Hey,
in
yeah,
like,
look. Oh, that was weird. Oh shit. Oh, you gotta get
Okay.
closer. Yeah, you were
That was
closer.
too,
Oh, sorry.
that was too accurate. You guys practiced that.
You were trying to kiss Dan's head in my stream.
Oh crap. I hope it works out. Unless it
We'll
edits,
fix that in
it
editing,
edits
you know.
weird. We're just like looking the opposite way, and then it's like we're in the Brady Bunch and shit. We're like, fuck. Where are we? He's
I'm looking up, trying to slap your tongue away from his mouth. Get out!
like, don't drool on me.
Get out! Alice never had this problem when
I
she
like
was in the middle.
Oh my god. Oh,
Oh, cat poop.
cat poop.
Oh.
Now we can
The
hashtag
downfall
it.
of
You can't fart.
the downfall of podcasting next to the litter box. I'm sure you probably hear in the podcast.
That's what,
Is that what cat farts smell like?
it's just nature.
I do like to use the bro names for you because like I don't know, we used to always say them like when I lived there. I'm
Exactly.
like Vincent Van Bro. You know, like,
Dude, that's a good one too. See, I don't even think of half of these, dude. Like,
I like the Brodozer. The Brodozers are funny. I don't know who told me about the Brodozer.
What the hell?
When the
What's
bros
the-
drive the big raised up trucks, all douchebag
Oh my
style,
God,
the flat
that's
brim
great.
hat.
Why have we never heard that term? That's perfect.
Yeah, I don't know where I heard it from. It was like a year or so ago, and I was laughing pretty hard at the Brodozer.
Brodozer.
I mean, I can't talk too much because everything's dude out here. Like my mom and I call my mom dude. I'm like, oh, dude, and my mom calls me dude. Like it's just from a California thing, but I don't like how it's involved.
Cultural thing.
Like you could be a dude. Like everybody can be a dude, but
I'm a dude.
if you're gonna be a bro, you gotta be like some level of douche. Like for like you have to be. Like you gotta shop at
Nickelback.
Tilly's. Gotta have that flat hat. You gotta wear that DC stuff. You
Hey.
gotta maybe an Italy shirt.
And it-
hey, oh, come on.
Can you be?
I get a
like-
lot of flack here for saying gnarly. That's a California word that I say. Like,
That's
it's
fun. It's right up
gnarly.
there with bitch.
Nobody says gnarly here.
That's made
It's
out.
not-
It's stuck in New Mexico somewhere.
I say that
F labs.
sometimes.
Hasn't
I'll
made
say
its way
gnarly.
east yet.
You live at the beach, bro.
Exactly. But I mean, I don't go to the beach and I don't like surf or anything. But it's like I'll still say it just like a normal conversation. Oh, it was gnarly, dude. Cool.
In your Sprite video, Milk Mike said gnarly.
He also said like bruh like 16 times. Shout out to you, Mike. But yeah, I mean, it's just weird. Like when my cousins would come down and visit like years ago from Rhode Island, they would say wicked a lot, and I'm like, wicked? Like, I mean, that's a cool word to say, I guess, but like it's not like something that comes up like normally like in California, I guess. I don't hear people saying that like that.
It's like a
That was
skateboard
wicked, dude.
term.
Totally
oh,
wicked.
that was wicked,
Yeah.
bro.
They're just like, oh, it's wicked.
It's like Hawaiian or something. Wicked ways, bro.
Maybe we're just not in the right
Totally
area.
sick. Another word that confuses me is sick, and I say it too because I'm like, it has like 12 different fucking meanings. Like, I'm like, oh, that was sick, or I'm like, that was sick. Like, that was.
Six, just another synonym from the bros.
Yeah.
That's just more bro talk, dude. That's
okay.
sick. Your brodos are sick, bro.
You got some gnarly lifts on your sick brodozer.
Dude, I hope that guy gives that other guy the rose on bromance.
Oh god.
Bromance show. No,
Totally
thanks.
bromos.
No, thank you.
Brony bromos.
Oh.
Oh. Now we all know how to piss each other off.
You're right.
Let's
Not really. I haven't
let's keep it
well,
trill.
yeah.
Let's keep it trill.
Yeah. Because I know you guys in a video like this probably won't say the word that really gets me mad.
Nope.
I gotta get
That's
best
what I
friend. I'm
thought.
allowed to.
I don't want to even play Hangman. I don't even want to play Hangman style to try to guess it.
Exactly.
I don't know. So, guys, I know it's only episode 2 of Random Friends podcast, but we already have sponsors.
What?
We have a sponsor.
Look at
Let's
us
do a
go.
read.
Let's do it.
Yeah, it happened very quickly. Like the negotiations are still out there as far as what the logistics of us
Like 45 minutes
doing this
ago.
is. But yeah, a sponsor. All right,
Yep.
you can read from what they sent us.
Let's do it.
Jason, do you spend your entire evening searching for something to watch, be it on cable, Hulu, Netflix? Yes,
I do.
Dan.
Every day.
Okay. Then I have just the app for you, my witless chum.
What is it?
Now, with Netflix, you can choose from their microscope collection of one title a month. That's right, one movie a month. You have too many choices with these other websites like Netflix and Hulu. But with Netflix, one choice all month long on a loop, just like a skeevy hotel room.
These are the kind of
That sounds
sponsors we're
awesome.
bringing
My
in.
head's gonna explode.
Yeah. I mean, this month's movie's Weekend at Bernie's on a loop all month.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I
some
thought it was
people,
going to be Groundhog's Day.
Some people call that the Walking Dead origin story.
The Walking Dead.
That would have been clever.
That's what it says here. It's like, promote the Walking Dead origin story. I'm like, all right, Weekend at Bernie's, and Weekend at Bernie's 2. Even Bernier. The regular subscription price, guys, is $10 a month. But if you go now and use the offer code Random Friend Squad, we will give it to you for the low price of $9.99. So head on over to Netflix.com and let them do the choosing for you. Netflix.
All right.
Easy money, guys. Easy
I can't
money.
believe. Wow.
Is that what
was
next?
quick.
Netflix?
Yes, it is, sir.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look that up.
When I was messing around and writing it, I went to Netflix to see what it was there, and it just directs you right back to Netflix.
Oh, really?
Well, you got the
You're
price
spelling
right.
Google.
We
taking you to
get
Google.
that. We get that penny. That penny goes to us.
Yeah, right.
That's our
It'll
royalties.
fund our nothing.
Bud, tell us about the story you have here, Bud.
I kept seeing stories all week about this, and I knew it couldn't be true. And then after, I'm just like reading them, like, no, because I'm a gassy fellow. So I'm like,
That's a way to put it.
I hear this, and I'm like, so I let one rip, and I'm like, dude, it's healthy for you. So I'm like farting up a storm for everybody, going, Dad, don't worry, it's healthy.
Who said that to
these
your
stories
kid?
about how farts can be healthy for you. I'm like, wait,
It
what?
was,
All
it was
right.
supposed to like cure cancer or something, wasn't it? Or like prevent
Yeah, something
cancer.
like that.
Smelling farts, the methane in the farts, like helps prevent cancer or
What
something.
subject is this taught in? Is this like science or is this like world history? Because it's changing things. Like, where do you learn about that at?
Right.
The internet.
Oh.
And everything on the internet is true.
When I was looking at the topic list for this week, I had to go and Google it, and I saw that NBC News did an article, and they were like, "This is not true." There was something somewhere that had said like the rotten egg smell. It had nothing to do with farts originally, but like all these news programs like took it and ran with it, and so like there was
course
quotes
they
on this NBC ran from it. I don't know. There was quotes on this NBC thing that was like, "Please do not smell farts. They will not be healthy for you. It will do nothing for you except maybe make you nauseous."
And there's this big outbreak of pink eye on Monday at the doctor, and the guy's like, "I'm out of drops. I'm out of drops.
I thought this was healthy.
What's going on?" And everybody's got a mouthful of air, just trying to hold it in, like swishing with it.
You're like, let me bong it, dude. Let me bong it.
I mean, so what do they want me to do? They want me to they want you to human centipede each other. See, maybe they were the health piece of the bunch. That guy was just trying to cure. Everybody with the human
God.
centipede thing.
Oh yeah, totally. See,
Well,
so-
laughter. Hold on.
so
Laughter's the best medicine. So if it gave you a good laugh, that made you healthier. There you go.
It just gave me face wrinkles.
But what if you laugh?
Those-
What if
my
you
eyes
laugh
don't
enough
appreciate
to
that.
fart? If you laugh
What's
so
that,
hard, if you laugh so hard a fart comes out, does that just make it like twice as healthy for you?
There you go.
You get medicine
Then you
and
laugh
you're
even more.
healthier. Yeah, perfect.
Maybe it evens out, kind of like celery. Like you're burning as much calories as you're taking in, so it just kind of counterbalances. Start acting a little bit like the Joker, a little delirious after a while.
if it was true, my fiance would have been super uncancery because we ate beans when we were camping, and I was lighting the tank up. Plus the 10 IPAs that I drank while we were camping just made things nice and brewy. So
Oh, God.
I woke up and I'm like, oh my gosh, this tent smells like fart.
So it's
Dude,
not true.
hops and beans farts. Ooh.
Yeah.
But it's
No,
not
it's not true.
right?
It's not true.
Okay,
No,
so I don't have to go
I-
and take apart my beer bong after this.
Don't go smelling my fart.
Yeah, because it was on I Fucking Love Science. It was on like almost the next day, and I'm like, damn it. I wrote that down, and I'm like,
Shouldn't that page be?
It's
Like, damn it, I was
almost
farting in
so-
everybody's faces and now I have to apologize.
Yeah,
I'm
it
like,
should be
here,
called.
here.
Curing cancer.
That's a South Park episode coming for sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that page should be like called "I almost know what I'm talking about with science" because they're always like retracting everything.
You know what's funny? We were talking the other day, our last podcast. We were talking about whether we'd want to hiccup or have to almost sneeze on the Would You Rather. We talked about the hiccup girl, who, you know, had hiccups for like 5 weeks straight and like couldn't stop hiccuping. So my fiance always watches the show Snapped, where it's like wives killing their husbands. Well,
it was
that doesn't scare
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Huh?
Makes me a little, yeah, makes me a little nervous. It's all like wives killing their husbands. I'm like,
Oh my
are you taking notes over there? What's going on? Get off your phone.
Yeah, I have that problem.
But it was the hiccup girl. She it's like a spin-off of it called Snap Killer Couples, and apparently she, like, after the fame of being the hiccup girl and like going around on all the talk shows dwindled down, well, they found out that it was like a form of Tourette's, so they gave her like Tourette's medicine and she stopped. Like, hiccuping was her nervous tick or her Tourette's tick. So they went ahead and gave her the medicine and everything, whatever. So her life dwindled down, and she like started being a bad girl to like combat, like, oh, I want to be a bad girl now. Started hanging out with the wrong crowd and like got involved with these people and ended up like killing somebody, and like now she's in prison for life, like in the state of Florida. Like, life is life, no parole, no
course
nothing.
she's in Florida.
So all the crazies are in Florida.
That could be a whole
Bath
podcast.
salts, dude.
It could literally be a whole podcast.
My sister and I used to send things back and forth like, this crazy thing happened in the news today. Was it Florida? Of course it was Florida.
I love Kevin and Bean's their segment on like just everything crazy that happens in Florida. They have like a little intro and they're like, Florida, Florida, and just like it's just so many.
Yeah, where's our Florida bit? Everybody's got one of those. Germany and Florida is the bit from Adam Carolla show, and it's like, did it happen in Germany or Florida? And it's pretty much always Florida, which I don't know why.
Next week on Random Friend Squad podcast,
Florida.
Florida.
Oh god.
Nope, that's okay. I might move to Florida, guys, because according to this study that came out, I live in the most stressful city in California, which, you know what, they're right. I mean, look here, let me describe, for all you people at home, let me describe my town.
You don't seem stressed, though, Dan.
Got it. My town reminds me of if somebody purchased the game SimCity, sat down, installed it, played it for about 40 minutes, got bored, got up, left, never came back. That's about what my town looks like. About 40 minutes of SimCity, and then that's it. It's like some of it's like developed, like the dude spent his money on the Target and on the KFC, but then it's just desert and deserted stuff.
The rest of the shopping center's empty.
There's pools without like fucking ladders sticking out and shit.
Right. So I started looking it up, and here's what they did for the census. They compiled the basis on several factors, including the odds of being a victim of a violent crime, which is, you know, that happens a lot in our newspaper all the time. We have this big crime blotter, and it shows like where all the crimes happen. And you can't see my house on the Google map because it's like just like laid over with these like dots from where all the crimes happening. So, you know, I imagine like everybody's been a victim of a violent crime. So being a victim of a violent crime, average time commuting to work, since we're like about an hour outside of LA, it was very popular in the 80s to move here, save, you know, because it was cost of living was cheap, and just commute to work. There's like 4 Model T cars on the road, and now it's just like it takes hours to get anywhere. It's ridiculous. And and this is oddly enough, the percentage of divorcees, which, you know, more than half the people get divorced anyway. So I'm sure that number is even higher in here. And there's maybe, I don't know how many people in our town, 160,000, maybe 200,000. Less than people have subscribers on YouTube for sure. Like, it's not even that thing. So let me see some of the cities. Like, we ranked number 1. Number 2 was Oceanside, which really baffles me since, like, isn't that down by you, Mike? That's like, there's stuff to do down there. You can walk around barefooted from place to place.
I mean, and the places that it's around, I feel like there's enough to do.
Yeah,
and then
odd.
Number 3, which I think should be, which I thought should be number 1, except for Lancaster, is now Little Inglewood. Is Inglewood? I mean, isn't that obviously? I believe that's where the riots were. It was in in Watson Inglewood area there.
Yeah, I thought it was funny that Lancaster ranked higher than Inglewood on there.
Yeah, and next is Victorville and Palmdale, which is connecting. You know, that connects our two cities. We live in this valley before you go over the hill down to LA, which, you know, I guess that's a given. You guys are connected to it. And then Antioch, California. I used to live there when I was 5. I moved from like Long Beach area up to Antioch, California. But, you know, I was like 5. I was like, I just have flashes of riding my bike around like the opening of the Wonder Year, just like, you know, I was a little kid, so it didn't really seem very stressful to me.
How do you not have just like all gray hair if you live in 2 of the most stressful cities?
You know what?
Oh, shut the hell up.
I'm great. Maybe
Get
that's
outta
what my
here.
stress is.
I've lived in two of them. I lived in Palmdale and Lancaster,
Oh,
but that's
true,
why I
true.
moved the hell out.
I know, right? It's like, oh,
but,
geez,
but the town
You
I
got
live
out
in
before
now
you went
is
completely bold.
Wait,
Right?
are these all in California, or is this?
They're all only in California.
it's the most
Oh,
stressful
okay.
cities
Only
in
in
California.
California. Yeah. So when I was doing my research, I also saw that Lancaster's ranked number 2 on the most boring town in California. I mean,
How
it's
can you
like,
be boring
see
with
that.
all that stress?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right?
so
Look,
stressed
here's-
that they
That's
can't
not
get up and
boring.
do
You're
anything.
always looking over your shoulder for that violent crime coming your way.
Right? It's action all the
Maybe
time.
that's
Here's- I
why
went to-
there's all these violent
I
crimes
went to
because
high
everyone's
school
bored.
I went to high school in Lancaster. It's not a boring thing. I got jumped on my way home from high school.
We went to the same high school.
We did, didn't
went
we?
to
Yeah.
AD. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Our high school is connected to a cemetery. So we go to school, you make a right-hand turn in front of the cemetery, which there's only like a 2-foot high fence connecting the school. So I'd get dropped
we
off at
used to
school.
ditch.
It's a high school. So I'd go to my science class. I go to biology at 6th period, and like, the teacher would be yelling at me like, put that down or don't do that. And I just would like look out the window at the grave sites and stuff and going like, why, like, what am I wasting my life doing this? That really got to me bad. Like, why am I wasting my life? There's the end. It's right there. It's right there.
It's so
I can throw a
depressing.
rock to it. I mean, I'm surprised it doesn't quaff like the Walking Dead stuff because it's right there. So our high school was very like depressing. I thought it was
There was-
depressing.
Well, there was rumors that like they built the high school on like half of the graveyard and things like that.
There's always
it's
rumors in
haunted.
high school.
I wish they would. I wish they did. I'd love to use a Ouija board to summon a real teacher because the ones that were there sucked. Really, really bad.
I went there a lot of years after you, and it was probably worse.
It's a pretty famous high school. It's like I think John Wayne went there. There's other people. It's been around. Like they're about to have their
Like
centennial.
one of the ZC Top guys or something.
The one
went or
without it's the lame one without the beard. He went. Our town's like that. Our town's just crappy like that. So it's boring.
Almost.
It's boring because of active life options per capita, which parks, outdoor activities, which it's just hot here. It's either hot or cold. Like we get the heat with no beach, we get the cold with no snow. It
Yeah.
sucks. Live music venues, we don't have very much. Percentage of restaurants that are fast food, the lower percentage, the better. Which I don't understand what that means. And a percentage of young residents ages to 34, the higher the better. So people just don't like it. But in my town's defense, it was meant for old people to come and like with their wagons, Oregon trailing up from Los Angeles and settling down and just commuting to their jobs before they just turn to dust. So yeah, I thought, and then what I did see on my Facebook, as soon as this came out, that Lancaster was the most boring, stressful town in California. Everybody's just pinning their stress. This is why I'm so stressed out, and it's like now it's the town's fault. Like it's like a man that's come home from work and doesn't.
This
want
is
to
why
take the
my
baby.
family's falling apart.
Yeah,
Our
right.
fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I saw everybody like finally had another finger to point at somebody else. It's not me, honey. It's the town.
That's America, man.
Punch the ground.
America.
Punch the
Blame somebody
ground.
else. Pass the buck.
But I mean, don't you have a kid out there, so you guys always find something fun to do, right?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's. We go to baseball games and stuff. I hate baseball, but it's fun just to go to the baseball game.
Yeah.
Start with that. Baseball sucks, but the games are fun. Like I had a blast. Like the video I made where like it was Star Wars night and they did it all
Oh,
up.
cool.
Darth Maul was throwing out that first pitch.
Yeah.
And Princess
Nice.
Leia was there in her authentic Princess Leia outfit. Kind of juggling it around. In her Leia
You
outfit.
talking
that
about
outfit.
Leia or Jabba?
Leia. There was
I
no
know, right?
Jawas that were in costume.
That were in costume.
But we do have some fun things. The thing is about our town is that they don't put on there is like I know there's other boring towns where they're only surrounded by states and states of other boring towns. I'm an hour and a half, hour and 45 from Big Bear. You also know where Big Bear is. I'm an hour from Hollywood, Los Angeles. I'm 3 hours from San Diego. I'm 4 hours from Vegas. You can go anywhere you want and have any weather of the stuff that you want to do. You want to go mountain bike riding? It's just up the hill. You want to go to the beach? It's if I face the sharks, it's there for you. Which our beaches are ugly and awful, and disgusting. It's not what you look like on TV. Yeah.
Bacteria levels exceed normal health standards.
Right?
Switch
Why
your
is it
risk.
red tide? Is it that time
Hey,
of the
that's-
month again?
We
Beach?
get that here in Lake Michigan, dude.
I know.
Yeah, we
When I
can't go
lived
to the
in
beach, E. coli. Okay.
when
I'll
I
just
lived
stay
in
home.
Long Beach, we went on a really hot day, air conditioner broke, and we went down to the beach, and the sign said bacteria levels exceed health standards. Swim at your own risk. And I'm like, keep your mouth closed.
Yeah, right.
I'd put protection on and just go "Ah,"
Protection like a
I
condom.
put a
or-
condom
Yeah.
on my
I
head.
was gonna say-
on your head. Stay out, bacteria.
oh god.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
So
What day is it today?
it's
21st.
Friday.
21st.
When was the
Friday.
4th
Oh,
of
yeah.
July?
It's
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah, people don't know when we're recording.
Friday.
It's like, come on. The people blowing off fireworks, but dogs go nuts. So I'm
Still?
sitting here having a whole mute.
That sounded weird.
Yeah, it did.
I have fireworks.
I was like,
Still,
I kept tapping the mute.
That's what I
button.
thought it was.
I still have a handful of things. I'm the kind of person that I don't want to finish anything, so like I'll keep the 2 fireworks forever until they crumble into dust. I think
Yeah.
I've already lost the wick. It's not called a wick. The flint thing that
fuse.
you
There
like.
you go. There you
Fuse.
Use.
I've already lost the fuse to one of them, so I'm gonna have to cut it in half if I'm gonna light the bottle rockets.
Just throw a fire. Just start a fire in the backyard. Just throw them
Throw
in
it
there.
in.
Not our town, man. I'll get a.
Yeah,
I'll get.
you'll burn the whole town down.
Our town is very flammable. It's just desert. It's just flammable. It's just
Sounds good.
That sounds exciting.
bad. Yep.
When can I come visit?
The good times to come to visit are like probably
Never.
like October or just like
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty
when it
much.
rains and it's gonna be.
there's no humidity here, so you'll just get a bloody nose. Like the next morning, you'll wake up just bloody nose because it's so dry. It's just
if-
dry in this town.
If you're ever
I'll make
having
sure I bring my own pillowcases.
if you're ever having too much fun or just feel completely relaxed, we can go visit Dan and that'll fix that.
Yeah.
Because it'll be boring and stressful.
just to drive up here from the valley, from the airport. Just-
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
I've made the trip.
That's the worst part about going home to visit is like, yay, now I get to drive 2 hours on the 405.
You have to come into LAX. Miss that drive time traffic.
Get it?
It's 30 eye in the sky. Traffic on the 4s and the 10s. You're like, oh. It doesn't matter. You're just screwed no matter where you go.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like an hour later, you're just barely creeping by Universal Studios. You're like, oh, this is ridiculous.
Like, how much longer?
How much longer? Well, let's play a game, Mike. Got a would you rather for us?
All right, yeah. So as this is our weekly would you rather question. I think I got a
Weekly
couple good
would you
ones, but I'm gonna
rather.
choose one so I don't like exhaust all my good ones. Let's go with this one. Let's and now I'm second guessing myself. All right. So, would you rather have an extra mouth or a third arm?
Third arm.
Third
I have
arm.
questions.
Answers.
Do I talk out of both mouths at the same time? May I have a conversation with myself?
Oh, jeez. If Dan had 2 mouths, I couldn't out
Can I? Can I just have a
already have 2
conversation?
mouths.
I'll allow it. You,
Conversate
yeah,
with
you have
myself
two.
all the
You have
time.
2 vocal cords. You have
Oh,
two
yes.
digestive
Or
tracts.
3 hands?
or 3 hands.
Well, I've always talked about having a third hand.
I
Like every
know.
time I'm trying to carry groceries or do something or hold something or
I feel like yeah.
you know,
Not for
one
that
hand could
reason.
just hold the monocle. That I was talking about earlier. I could even do
One
like
hand you keep under the shirt and just let it just
or another mouse hand for like like when you play games a lot and then your hand gets all like where's the blood like and your other hand could just be like here I am ready to go and I just put that one back in the wrapper and then it like the blood
There
goes
you
back
go.
down to it.
Back in the wrapper. I don't think it like exchangeable. I don't think
wrapper.
it's like take this
No.
one off. Wait,
it's like
is the
General
second-
Grievous.
Is the second hand left-handed or right-handed,
I
or
don't
is
know.
it have a? Is it like Honey Boo Boo where I have 2 thumbs?
Or
and
is
I
it
could-
like is it coming out of your chest? Like I don't know, dude.
I feel that if it's a third hand it's not going to be quite right. So
it's gotta be like take my good hand?
It's
Take my good,
a
take my
detailed
strong
for
hand.
sure.
What's the point if it's take my strong hand?
At the risk of sounding stereotypically fat, I'm gonna say I wish I had a third arm because I feel like I could get so much more shit done with a third arm. But
I
then
agree.
again, I don't know if it would be more of a nuisance in some cases. Like, do I have to cut holes in all my sweaters? Like,
No, you'd buy them. You'd buy new ones.
buy new ones with a third fucking armhole? Like, what are you
Yeah,
talking
I
about?
mean, you're
I mean,
going
I'm
for
sure-
third arm. We all have them too. There's a demand.
Yeah, I'm sure.
What if I'm
I'm
the
sure
only
it's
one,
not like
though?
you're the one guy with a third arm.
I mean, that would be cool. I wouldn't.
But what
mind
about
that.
this? What about when you're drunk and you're like trying to like hold on to stuff? You got that third arm and you're almost
But
in
see, like,
caterpillar
is a
around.
third arm also? You have to learn how to balance differently because, like, if it's on one side, you're gonna be like off balance.
Oh, it's right here, like Total Recall style. It's like right
Yeah.
between.
But okay, but like a third,
Yeah,
also
and
a
it
third
just
arm is like
reaches
another
down.
arm you have to work out. You're like, fuck, do I gotta work
Lift up your
biceps
shirt.
on 3 arms? All my lifts are gonna be different now. I'm like, ugh. I don't know.
You'd be
You give
used
him
to
the
it though. You
5-pound
would have been
weight while you
born
got
with it.
30.
Or do I
Here,
just have like a
five
bitch
there.
arm where I don't work that arm out at all? I was like, fuck you. Like
It was leg day for that arm.
left and
Let
right,
that
you're
one
good to
do all
go.
the
With
push-ups. You just like this.
middle. Oh my god. Dude, the
Whoa.
things I could do with a third arm.
I think it would be good because you could like you fooling around with the girl, like, oh,
Yeah,
hey.
exactly, dude. She's like, "What's that?" Oh, okay.
Heyo.
Wasn't expect. I thought I felt 2 hands already, but
I mean, because you know, sometimes
I'm
I
sure
feel
she
like I
would-
could have an extra hand.
I don't think you'd be sleeping with a chick who didn't realize you had a third arm. But
She's like, what is that?
I don't know what scenario I'm talking about.
Dan's not there, and with his background, I'm doing the magic eye thing with it.
Where you
You
stare
know,
at
like
it for too long.
schooner.
Everyone
Looks like
stare
a
at Dan's
sailboat.
background and
It's
then
a
look
sailboat.
onto a wall. Oh,
It's
there
a
he
scooter.
is. Hey.
You dumb bastard! It's a sailboat. A schooner is a sailboat, dummy. Dude, I could quote those movies for weeks. You know what?
The kid is back on the elevator again.
All right.
So I think that's it for this week, right?
That's it for this week of Random Friends Squad. You can always find us. Oh, yeah, I'm not getting into that Hella Keller stuff again, but you can always find us on youtube.com/Random Friends Squad, and soon, pending
Soon.
approval, some restrictions apply. You'll be seeing us on iTunes, where you can find the audio version because we realize that staring at our
Pretty faces.
faces may turn you into stone like Medusa. See you guys next week on the Random Friends Squad.
Peace.
Oh my god, guys, I totally almost pissed myself.